So today we're gonna go ahead and do the chrome delete. When I bought the car, it was a couple years old, bought it used from the Honda dealer down the road, and it had a couple pieces on it, a couple things I'm gonna get rid of. Most of the chrome had already been deleted, you know, blacked out or whatever. It had some of those, you know, stick on window visors, and then they ended up getting blown off in the wind over time. So I do have some Mugen window visors coming in pretty soon, next couple days. I'm gonna see if they fit, because they don't make them for the 10th Gen Civic Si. So that's like, we're gonna see if we can make them fit, how we can make them look. They really only make them for the Type R and the hatchback, the FK7, FK8, because it's designed for hatchback. Looks kind of similar, but it's, you know, this is a sedan, that's a hatch. So they say it won't quite fit. I've seen a couple things that said it might. I cannot find any real information of anyone that's ever done it before on the 10th Gen Civic Si. So we're gonna, you know, take that gamble, give it a shot. Worst case scenario, we get the OEM Honda one. They don't look as good, but they don't look that bad either. They also come with that piece of chrome, which is what we're deleting right now, because right now, as you can see, you want to come take a walk with me. Right here is what I'm talking about, this piece of chrome. I can't stand the way that looks. Ugliest part of the car, now that I finally got the HDMI port taken off and that beautiful NVIDIA tri-tip exhaust on there. However, we have these little plastic panels right here. They came with the car when I bought them. Obviously the car did not come that way from the factory, but the previous owner did that. I'm the second owner on the car. And then we had the stick-on window visors. Over time, they flew off. Wasn't going back to get those. So we're not going cheap with it. Before the window visors get in here, I'm gonna get some more of these plastic pieces here, because on the other side, plastic's peeling off. It had a protective layer that I just kind of left on there. These ones, it does not look like there's a protective layer, and it's all scratched up. So we might get some JDM stuff. We might do a cool rally tire thing. We still got to figure that out, see what we're gonna do with that. But we'll do that before we get the Mugen window visors put on. However, that is all gonna be in one video. So we've been working on this, getting it started today, and we'll post it when it's all said and done. But as for today, we're gonna go ahead and black out this entire chrome piece. It was covered up partially with the stick-on window visors, and they're gone now. They're on the side of the interstate somewhere. Too dangerous to go back for them. Wasn't trying to pollute, but it happened. So it really only covered this up, didn't even cover up all of it. Today we have some black vinyl wrap, and that is going to be a two-person job, I think. To get that on there, we'll show you how that's done. So at least underneath it'll have that black vinyl wrap, then we put the window visors over it. I think it'll look good. So I just went on Amazon, bought this, saw it in another video, seemed to work good for them. It's literally, if you Google, I believe, Honda window wrap or vinyl wrap for window or something like that, it'll pop right up. It was $9 on Amazon. Came with a squeegee, which I already have one in the car from when I got my windows tinted, and a razor blade, which should be all you need. So we're gonna get that process going. Came with all the tools. It was like $9. Why not do it? Chrome looks terrible. I understand some people like chrome on certain things, especially like the old muscle cars and stuff like that. But it doesn't fit with this car, and every other piece of chrome's already been taken off except for the lug nuts. So we're gonna try to get this going, and then eventually we'll get those window visors on there and some new little pillar panels. We'll call them that for now. All right, so there's a slight possibility that we might not have the best camera angles. We are gonna do the best that we possibly can for you. I regret to inform Morgan that this is probably a two-person job, so I forgot to tell her that, and therefore we did not bring the tripod. So I'm gonna see what I can do here, get a hand from her. Might have to makeshift a way to hold this camera in place, but we're gonna get it started. So we're gonna start by opening up the door. This is what I've come to find out during my deep dive on the best way to do this. And let's see, I think we're gonna peel back just a little bit, tuck it in at the top. This is 2-inch wide black vinyl tape. So 2 inches, more than enough room. Gonna put the top in, pull the bottom down, squeegee it out, cut it, squeegee it, get that final cut maybe, and then there we go. We're gonna start with this front window and see how that goes. Also, just keep in mind, if you are in the dead of winter and somewhere where it gets cold, make sure you have a heat gun. It's like 91 degrees. We're both sweating right now. Can't find the extension cord for the heat gun, but I really don't think that we need it. You might have a issue with the vinyl sticking on there if you don't have that heat gun. But we are gonna give this bad boy a shot. Just gonna try to push it up top here. You want to stretch this wrap real tight. And as you can see, I'm pushing that top piece in to the best of my ability, then pulling it down and squeegeeing it out. You want to take it slow. It's not a speed competition. Slide right in here. All right, so now we have gotten to the end of the door and the window. We're just gonna cut this little piece right here all the way down. We'll tidy that up in a second. We got our base. Now we're gonna go in, smooth it out, finish it out. Put this piece of wrap back on the paper. And then I'll go ahead, get that paper trimmed up. All right, so now I'm just taking this razor blade, I'm cutting right along here, just this crease in between this little piece of rubber and the chrome. You're just sticking that little razor blade right in there, and you're just going down, tucking it in there as you go. So we're gonna cut this little piece off right here by this little flap, and you can feel right here as it goes in that crease. That's what you want. Right where you want to cut it, and you want to cut it the further down the better, because if you make a mistake and you cut too far down, it's better than cutting too far up and having to redo that. There goes that plastic I was trying to hold on to till the visors came in, but like I said, we got to replace the other side anyway. We're probably got to do something either JDM or branded, so it's all right if we lose that plastic. Yeah, able to retain it. Oh, that is a beautiful line. Look at that. And that's what you want to do. You just want to get it right there in that little groove. And let that tiny little razor blade do the job for you. Take your squeegee. And this is coming out very well, but even if you don't get this lined up exactly perfect, we are gonna have those window visors on top of this. So it's just gonna look black underneath, going all the way down, and all the imperfections, most of the imperfections I should say, should be masked pretty well. Like Michael and Jason. First door is complete. I'll tell you what, if you stand right here, my car looks damn good. Just don't get too close, you know what I mean? Got a couple buddies that are like showroom floor kind of guys. You know, I look for character in a vehicle. That's the first thing that I check for. So, you know, hold the camera here. It looks pretty good going all the way down to that front. That's what the chrome looks like from the factory. They got a little vinyl wrap, and when you get close, you can see a few bubbles. Still got to iron these out. This is my first wrap job of like really anything, but you know, we're starting on this piece right here, so we just got to get these bubbles out. And even though it is not perfect, it's still fairly decent. It's a good start. You know, good base to work off of. And we are gonna have the window visors that go over. So I assume they'll stop like right around like here, give or take. And then at least this part will be black and it won't be chrome. And then maybe hanging off the back a little bit. But it should cover everything and it should just, you know, fit beautifully. In a perfect world, that's where I am right now. Or that's where I'm trying to be, you know. It's all we can hope for. And I don't know if you have an Uncle Bob or not, but today you do, because Bob's your uncle. Got a special delivery today, just like Jesse, overnighting parts from Japan. I'm just kidding. Made in Japan, however, it was not overnighted or shipped to me from Japan. It was from California. We do have the Mugen window visors for the FK7 and FK8 Type R and Civic hatch, which also covers the Civic Sport. I do have the 10th Gen Civic Si sedan. This said that it wouldn't fit. I've already test fitted it. It looks like it's gonna be pretty close. I'm not too concerned. So if you have those doubts, that's what this video is basically for. Beautiful packaging, placed it on here, test fitted it, looks like it's gonna fit, no problem, maybe a little bit problem. It's just gonna hang off the back a little bit, about that far. I'm not too concerned. It's a daily, it's a daily. I'm not very OCD, but if I was building a show car, I think that would just drive me absolutely insane. So the car, like I always say, looks beautiful from about 7 feet away. You know what I mean? Just don't get too close. But we got these, gonna get them thrown on. I think what our plan is gonna be is we got these black slats when I bought the car, like I previously stated, it had the stick-on window visors. Mugen window visors do stick on, but they also have clips to hold them in place. A lot higher quality material. I mean, you're definitely paying for it, but it is a beautiful piece. Clips on. We're gonna take these off. So what these were these little black B-pillar slats. They stick on. Whenever it was raining, I was driving down the interstate, the window visors started to fly off. Some of these started flapping around, flew off. I eventually peeled them off, scraped down the residue a little bit, but I mean, it is just a disaster under there. So we're gonna take these back off. These were new Amazon. They're not fitted correctly, or like perfectly, I should say. But they didn't look bad, but this one's all scratched up. I left the plastic protecting on the other side. This piece, plastic, has come off, scratched up. Don't even know how that happened, but it did. So we're gonna get these removed. We're gonna get it wiped down, scrape all that residue off, get some adhesive remover. Then we'll put the window visors on top of that. As you can see, we did finish up. We showed you how to do it on one window. We did get better as we went. Each door got better, each window got better. Got the black wrap, chrome delete. I hated the chrome on here because it was not fitting for the rest of the vehicle. You want to take a quick little walk around. I also want to point out, when I bought these a few days ago, like 2-3 days ago. I bought them through King Motorsports Unlimited. King Motorsports Unlimited. They're out of California. I did some research. You know, it didn't say anything about fitting on there too properly, but shout out to plug King Motorsports. And when I bought them, the only shipping options were like next day, $123 shipping or something like that. 2 day was insanely expensive, so I didn't really want to wait, but I did the only option. There wasn't any free options. I did a $15 ground shipping from California to Tennessee, and they said that they would send me a shipping label within 24 hours. Never got the shipping label. However, this arrived within like 24 hours. Like, it was legit like 2, maybe 3 days, and it came in. Never got my shipping label. Checked my email a bunch of times. I got the original email from them when I had purchased it. Never got a shipping label. I was like, all right, we'll see. And then next thing I know, I have a package delivered. So I don't know who was driving that truck, but shouts out to that guy. So now that we have all the supplies in that we need, and we got the black matte wrap on top of this chrome above the windows, we're gonna go ahead and get these big pillars removed, get some adhesive remover, start on that process. Look at that. So I had originally bought the vinyl wrap to cover this up because I thought that this was gonna look horrible, because when the original ones that I bought when I got the car came flying off, I put the new ones on and it was just bad, right? That's why I had to order new ones, because it looked horrible. I had some Goo Gone 3M adhesive remover, all that stuff, and it still looked really bad. And then I just want to shout out to Galatoon Remover Spray Adhesive Remover New Upgrade. I got this on Amazon because instead of going to the auto parts store to get some Goo Gone or some 3M remover, which is like the good stuff, I was like, oh, I don't have a scraper anymore. We went through a move, lost a scraper somewhere. So I was like, I'll just get a cheap bottle off Amazon that comes with one. So I think it was like $9. Came with the scraper, adhesive remover, a bunch of little plastic razor heads for the scraper, and a microfiber towel, and it works better than anything that I've used before. We thought we were gonna wrap these. We might just leave these the way that they are, because it looks just fine. I mean, it needs a little touch up, but it looks a lot better than I expected it to. So I thought that it would look horrible and we would have to rewrap it. Might not be the case. While we're at it, I think we're just gonna go ahead and take off these little plastic pieces in the back too. They were like the most sturdy thing about this whole experience. However, if we're gonna leave these matching A pillar, B pillar, might as well get that back one too, so that they all look the same. Because then you'll have like a more matte color and then more of a gloss color with that back one. So we'll just take those off, because we know that the adhesive remover works well, and we'll get it all matched up, make it look you know, all the same, and then we'll get those window visors on. Gonna go ahead and get the Mugen visors unboxed. I truly believe this is the first time ever that anyone has attempted, or at least documented their attempt, to put Mugen window visors on the 10th Gen Civic Si, because they said it wouldn't fit, but I think that it might. I'm gonna get it laid out. Like I previously mentioned, beautiful packaging. All right, I don't know how to get this together. Here, do you want to read the instructions?
Yeah, probably not. You want to give it a shot?
I don't speak Japanese, so I think we're gonna look at the pictures. So the way it looks is we're gonna take the inside window rubber piece, peel it down, pop these brackets into place where they belong roughly, get it lined up good, and then get it screwed in, get it stuck on there, and then put the window molding back into place. So the rear window visor, like we had previously said earlier in this video, is going to hang off about half an inch or so. Said that first test fit because, again, this has never before been attempted, or at least that attempt has never been before documented. However, it's gonna work. Okay, this is the sedan, the SI. They do this for the Type R, which is, you know, of course, a hatchback, the FK7, FK8, Civic Sport, which is also a hatchback, but the SI, which is cooler than the Sport, if you ask me, does not have Mugen window visors available. I didn't want to go with the OEM Honda. Those were my plan B. Didn't really want to go with the WeatherTech because they look kind of funny, even though they look like they would work well. The front fit no problem, right? And now it's the back that we had been concerned about because sedan versus hatch. Went ahead, bought these bad boys anyway, sent it. And like I said, we're gonna get this to fit, and it's not gonna be perfect. And one of those things, but it's not gonna look bad. But one of those things that I was talking about is about a half an inch of this is gonna hang off the back, okay? Which is cool, it's whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a daily, it's not a show car, JDM. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense, like these instructions. You know what I mean though? Like, you know, they got some cool stuff over there that, like, it's wonky, different, doesn't have to line up. It's more abstract is the word that I'm looking for. So yes, I don't think that this is gonna be a problem. I thought about cutting it. I don't really think I need to. I think it'll be okay. However, we're gonna leave this on here because we'll probably get a new panel for it. This was on it when I bought the car. All of this was on here. This looks like just fake carbon fiber plastic wrap, covering up the chrome. I hate the chrome on this car. You've heard me say that probably multiple times throughout this video. But this is probably just a stick-on that's been exactly cut to the car, but it's still looking kind of weird in pieces. Don't really like the way that it looks. I think I could do a better wrap job. So what we're gonna do is take this off, because we're not going to be able to get to the end piece of this with the window visor on. We're going to just go ahead and get that wrapped before we put the rear on. This bad boy is barely on here. I'm just taking my finger. I don't even have nails right now. Cheap plastic. I was hoping that that would be one piece, make it a lot smoother. Feels like electrical tape on the inside. I don't condone Temu parts on cars. I think we're just gonna send it. Get back here, send it, maybe hit it with that adhesive remover again. Well, we're definitely gonna have to at some point, but. I'm literally just flipping this cheap crap up so I can try to peel it off, and then we'll hit it with the adhesive remover. It is hot out here in the shade, but boy, let me tell you. Gotta get my hair up. Can't breathe. Back to work. That is the shiniest piece of chrome that we have seen on this car since we bought it. Gonna hit it with some window cleaner. Get the adhesive remover off since it's already been removed. And then we'll get it wrapped, and then we'll get that visor on there. Has to be nice and dry for that, I believe. I guess it doesn't, because I think that they do what do they typically do when they wrap the cars? Just like the windows for tinting them, little Dawn and water, and then kind of get it right, and hit it with a heat gun, get the air bubbles out. But I think we need to do this one with a little bit more precision than the last, because this part's going to be visible, and the other part that we did is going to be, you know, concealed with the window visors. So good news is we've gotten better every time that we've done a window with wrap, so we're learning our way around it. All right, going to get this going now. All right, we're about to get this wrapped up. Now that it's had a chance to dry. So we learned a little bit from the first one. you pull this little piece down, you get it lined up generally, and then you just get the clips as close to the holes as you possibly can. And they're not going to stay in place until you pop this back in. But once that's back in, you can slide them around a little bit and they'll stay in place. And then when you roll the window up, it'll definitely stick and it'll get molded, but you can still slide them around. So you just get it as close as possible and then get it adjusted. So I know that one of them is going to go right here. Also, you put it in like this with this little piece, that little enraised or elevated piece is sitting down. The hook is on the inside. You pop that in and then you push the rubber back up. So we got one in this general vicinity and we're gonna have one literally right here. So this is about where I need it. The visor out of the way. I think that first one was perfect for a second there. We're just gonna push this rubber piece back in here, and that is what's gonna seal it in place. And then this isn't a necessity, but it definitely helps. Whenever you order any kind of wrap or window tint or anything like that, it typically comes with it. See, now these are held in place with literally nothing but this window seal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this window rolled up, really lock it in place, and then we'll get the visor stuck on there. I don't wanna raise it up too fast. There we go. Now that the window's up, and you take these two little pins here, and you push them right in the holes. So you peel the plastic off first though, but make sure that you have, it helps to have a second set of hands to get the line up perfect. And like I said, it is gonna be a little off here, but we're gonna get it very close to good. And we'll get a line up, take the adhesive off, and go from there. So we got it lined up for the last time, and we just got the plastic taken off of the adhesive on the back. So we're ready to stick it on. This is noteworthy, right? So where it's gonna hang off about that 1/2 inch right here, we don't want that adhesive sticking onto the car in this location here, because that's gonna stick onto this back part, and then the door is gonna be stuck. Yeah, you could still open it, but it'd just be weird, right? Because like it goes past the door. So what we did for now is Morgan marked it with her thumbnail of where it was gonna stop, and then I just took that razor, sliced it right down, and now that part will not be sticking, which is perfect because we don't want that part to stick. So we're gonna go ahead, get this final test fit, hold it about 3/4 of an inch with the tip of your fingertips off of the car, get it lined up, and then these little pins just go right through this hole, and then they snap into place in this hole here. We might have to roll the window down about an inch or so that I can get my fingers in there to really get it snapped in. Well, that's more like 2.5 inches, but we're good to go. We'll get it lined up now. You ready? And then we'll get this snapped into place. All right, got to roll the window down probably about 5 inches maybe. There we go, 5, 6, so I can get this little piece fit right where it needs to be. It just needs to go this way a little bit. Gonna snap it in, boom, done. Gonna get the back one.
You already took the sticker off. Alright, here.
That's snapped in, and we're gonna press it down in. Lined up perfect?
Yep.
Push, push, push. All right, we got the first side done, driver's side. I think I got a pretty good understanding of it now. It goes on, first one fits perfectly, and then the back comes a little bit, hangs off a little bit at the end, and missing a little piece right there. At least the chrome's not showing because I wrapped that previously. I knew it wouldn't be perfect because it's made for the hatchback and not the sedan, but it looks as close as possible. And from afar, I don't know. What do you guys think? Got it all finished up. First time documented, ever attempted. Mugen window visors for the FK7 and FK8 Civic Hatch and Civic Type R installed on the sedan 2020 10th Gen Civic Si. They were able to fit, the front fit perfect, the back are a little wonky, but they still look really good in my opinion. They weren't designed to fit the sedan, they were designed to fit the hatchback, but we did what we could. We got the chrome deleted and wrapped with some black vinyl, matte black. Got the B-pillars, got the cheap plastic taken off. Thought we were gonna have to wrap that. Ended up being able to not, because that adhesive remover was absolutely fantastic, way better than I ever could have expected. And then we had the back part that had cheap plastic. It was like a plastic, I think it was a pre-cut carbon fiber, fake carbon fiber that somebody put on. So we got that wrapped black, and then we got those window visors on. And I'll let you take a quick walk around. I want to say once again, shout out King Motorsports for having this product in stock and at the lowest prices that I have come across. And the shipping options, I went with the cheapest, which was the $15 3-day shipping. Never got a shipping label created, but it got here in like 24 hours. I'm telling you, it flew here. So shout out King Motorsports. Go check them out if you're looking for this product. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because we have plenty of content coming your way. And it's only going to get better.